Last video was all about the jungularium and struggle that I'm having with it, and we will talk about it a bit later in the video, but this video will be all about the Huntsman spiders and the development in regards to the female and the babies, you know. The most obvious update is that babies are bigger, of course. They molted, I think, 2 times. You see this thing that is hanging in the air, this is one molt. And if we look at the babies, this is their current size. Some are bigger, some are smaller, some are fatter, some are slimmer. But that is not the main update in regards to Huntsman spiders. The main update is right here. You see? The female produced another EGGSAC. So we need to deal with that. This time I want to prepare in advance. As you know, these Huntsman slings are tiny, super tiny. And the way that I discovered that they hatched for the first time was I found a baby in one of my rooms upstairs in my house. So therefore I closed off all the openings that they could squeeze through. I blocked it with silicone, with the sealant, also on the other side here, but they kept coming out, which means only one thing. They were small enough to barely fit through these ventilation holes. I never observed one coming out through it, but I found one that was kind of stuck in between halfway, and not all of them managed to get out, but I put a large bucket around the enclosure, on top of the enclosure, and every day I would come here and remove the bucket. Every time there would be at least one sling inside of that bucket, which means that they could regularly come out, just not all of them. And I'm pretty sure that they now molted for the second time, because I have some old recordings that show a freshly molted tarantula, a freshly molted Huntsman spider, and I don't actually remember what day it was, but I have it written down, so I will also write it down in the video. So let me explain what is the plan now. Since babies can come out, fresh babies, it makes no sense to leave the female inside. So therefore I will get a bigger plastic box, and I will put her inside of that plastic box. I will leave the babies inside because now they are contained. And I have a ton of plastic boxes here in the dark den, so I was convinced that I will find something suitable, but check this out. You see here, I have a ton of boxes, ton of empty boxes, bigger, smaller, that I could technically use, but the problem is these lids are not tight fit. The sling can go in between the box and the lid, here in between, and then come outside. So therefore these boxes are out of question. But those are not all the boxes that I have more, so there must be at least one that is perfect, right? Well, that was exactly what I was thinking. You see here underneath I have all sorts of plastic boxes, but all of these are too small. These are also kind of too small, but I would use them, but I already drilled holes into them, so they're out of the question. This box also got holes. These boxes got holes. These are actually fine, and their lid goes tightly on the top, but they're too small also. So nothing here works. I have these boxes, but also their lids are the same like these, so nothing works except these. These would work, but are also too small. So that means with all of those boxes, I still need to go out and buy something else. By the way, in regards to jungularium, you see the tree stump is inside, and now when you compare it with the jungularium, it is a huge tree stump, and basically I will need to remove this entire side, put the tree stump, and then cut around it and put the styrofoam. It is bigger than I expected, and also in regards to all the stuff that you guys wrote, all the suggestions that you wrote in the comment section of last video in regards to Jungularium 2.0 and the problems. Next video will be a continuation of the work on the Jungularium, so in that video I will address all the stuff that you commented and that you said that I should do with the Jungularium. That is why I haven't been responding to any comments in that video, because there are a lot of same type comments and I would just be repeating myself, so that's why I will just record and I will just say it in the video. Now let me go to the store where I will find something. Okay, so I'm in the store and these would be ideal, but same problem. The lid got a little bit of gap. So yeah, these are, even though they are according to shape they are perfect, they would be ideal, but they are no-go. Same like these. So the only solution is, from what I can tell, I was thinking to take this, but then I noticed that this part is a bit lifted and there is a tight gap where potentially they could squeeze out, you see? So I don't want to risk it, I will go for this one. This is the biggest and the tallest, and it closes completely. I was thinking about this one, but I don't really like it and I prefer this shape, although I don't like that it is the green color. I mean, it is not completely transparent like this, but yeah, this should do. Let's take it. There we go. I washed the box so we can use it, but now we need to deal with the ventilation. Even though babies are tiny and they can squeeze through everything, we still need to add some sort of ventilation to this box. And I think that I have just the perfect solution. It should be something that you probably remember if you watched me like half a year ago, where I showed you some ventilation parts. I have a box full of stuff for ventilation that I was supposed to put on a web shop, but I always have something more important to do, so I never got to it. Anyway, this is the ventilation system. There are 3 sizes and it is really simple to use. You just simply unscrew it and that's it. Put it in the hole, screw it from the other side. You screw it from the other side and that's it. You have the perfect ventilation with tiny holes, so no spiders or fruit fly or anything can go through, and it is ideal for plastic boxes like these, or plastic boxes like these. You can put a perfect ventilation in them. And what is the best thing? They come in 3 sizes. Three sizes, that is perfectly demonstrated here. And also there is a solution with a door, so ventilation with a door, which will be an amazing thing for this. Instead of opening the whole lid to water and feed them, I can just open this small ventilation door and simply dump fruit flies through that door. Perfect solution for this. Or if you have a lot of tarantulas in a lot of plastic boxes, these ventilations are ideal to make feedings super fast. You don't need to open the entire lid, you just pop, drop a roach inside and close it off, and that's it. And also, what makes this system even better, you have this that you can buy. This is used to create holes for the ventilation. For boxes like this, it cuts it with ease, but you can even cut a hole into this thicker plastic. As I said, I wanted to put it on the web shop, and I probably will put them on the web shop eventually, but for now, if you are interested in this system, send me an email and I will tell you how much they cost and all other stuff. And also this is available, This is used to punch holes into plastic cups like these plastic cups. So you just put it inside like this, and okay, I won't do it now because there's a spider inside, but you get the picture. You just go like pink and this punches holes. A lot of holes in 1 second. I also have a couple of these, so if you need that, send me a message. Send me an email, and there's a variant that makes holes in a straight line like this. So then you can use a plastic cup like this. I have Monocenthropus balfouri male inside. So hopefully he won't mind this demonstration. Put it like this, then just squeeze. Take it out. This would be much easier if there is no tarantula inside. But you see, this is the end result. 4 holes. Okay, if you need it, if you want to order it, send me an email. But this video is not meant as a demonstration. I just want to do this because I need it. I will put one big ventilation on the side, and this small ventilation with the door, I will put that on top. So let me cut this. First we turn it clockwise, and then we slowly go counterclockwise. Slowly but surely, don't put too much pressure, otherwise you will break the blade. But even if the blade breaks, you can replace it. It comes with replacement blades. You see, it is slowly cutting it. Now I will do the same thing from the other side. When you're cutting these plastic cups, it goes really fast, but this is much thicker plastic, so it takes a while. Oh, I actually forgot. You need to put this so it doesn't bend. I forgot about that. Now back to this side, and I think that it will break now. There we go. You see? Ta-da! A hole. And now check how easy it is to install. You just, as I said, unscrew it, put it inside, screw it back from the inside. Perfect ventilation is in. Now I'll do the same thing for the top lid. For that I have a smaller device. But it functions the same. Couple of turns in clockwise direction and then counterclockwise, but slowly. I must not put a lot of pressure. Okay. Oh, this was fast. You see? This one got a fresh blade, so that's why. We put the door in, screw it a couple of times. There we go. You see? Perfect. You see how practical this will be. I will only have maybe a couple of babies here on the door, but not as nearly as much as there will be on the top lid. Awesome thing. Let me put the substrate inside because, yeah, this will be like any other enclosure. I will also put a different cork bark. I will leave this cork bark inside of this enclosure, so I need a new one. I will use one narrow like this one. Narrow but kind of tall. Ooh, I'll need to break it a bit. It is too tall. Now it is ideal, you see? So let's get the female outside. Hopefully she won't drop the egg sac. I'm not even sure if that can happen. Thankfully there are no babies on the door. And also if you look on top, you see there are more molds hanging from the top. Those are all molds. And those are spiders. And I can tell you that there are less spiders there than they're used to. So I assume that weaker one got eaten. And I will try to count them after we take the female outside. I'll just shoot these one to go a bit further inside. I don't want them to bolt out. Also there are babies on the cork bark, so I need to be careful with that. I think that maybe the easiest way would be to get the female to come on this cork bark, huh? That is if she doesn't do anything crazy. Oh man, she is kind of twitchy, huh? How to get her to go where I want her? Yeah, she prefers to go behind. Third time's the charm. No, why? How does she know what is my intention? Come on, let's go. Okay, okay. Finally, she's right there. Right where I want her. Oh! No! No, 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 no. I knew that she could jump, but I kinda was thinking that she will not. One precise move and she should be right where I want her. Go in the box. Yes. The spider whisperer strikes again, and I know that I technically could have just taken her cork bark and put it inside of this, but would that be exciting? No, it wouldn't be exciting as this. I needed a little bit of blood pumping, you know? Now let me see if I can count the babies. First I need to check if there are any on the cork bark. Yes, there are. Here is one, and this is the area where female is mostly hanging. You can see by this web. This is probably where she originally laid the egg sac. So this is first one, here's the second baby, and the third one is right here. And great thing is they are super chill, so this is why I'm kind of confident when doing this. I will get them off the cork bark. Now let me count quickly. I kind of lost count, but there is around 40 to 50. So half of what I originally estimated that there is inside. There were around 100 babies when I first counted them. So will they continue to eat each other? Or if they will stop eating each other, I don't know, we will see that with time. But now I want to drop some flies, of course, inside, and we need to water them because it is getting pretty dry. Let's go for the water first. Ooh. Yeah, I need to be super chill with that. Just gentle stream because we don't want them to run everywhere. And thankfully, even when they run, when they collectively run, they just do a short burst. They don't run for like, I don't know, just continue running. They just run really fast but in short burst and they just stop. Otherwise dealing with them would be basically impossible. Now let me grab fruit flies and hopefully we will manage to record some takedowns. Even though they are bigger now, they are still really tiny for camera. So recording them will be a struggle, but I will try regardless. And where do you think you're going? Go back inside. As I'm trying to not get this one lost. Okay, let's see what is happening. Do we have some takedowns? Yeah, we have some takedowns, but I didn't record any. I need to focus my attention somewhere. And look, the female is moving in the background. And also another one almost ran. Okay, let's follow this fly. There we go, finally a takedown. But if we have a closer look, basically every spider got a fly. This one doesn't have any and these two don't have any, but all of these got. And if you go on the other side, you see this one is munching, this fat one is munching, these two aren't, but a fly is coming. So let's see if if we will see something interesting. No, these two are munching and that one over there is munching. Although a lot of flies escape now because I'm recording through the open door. And by the way, there is the entire gang here on the other side of the enclosure, you see. But okay, I will actually give them this cork bark, this smaller one, and we will give the female her original cork bark. I hope that that will make her happy, at least happier. Now we are done with this. And I'm happy knowing that all the slings will be contained within. Let me show you something else. You see here, I have a molt, and this is one cool tarantula that actually, it seems that she changed appearance. It is one beautiful tarantula, the Formicoptus species Dominican purple, and her abdomen is now more... No, don't go. Just stay there so we can admire you. Yeah, her abdomen is now black, and her carapace is so much more purplish. Together with her legs, she is popping off. Crazy, right? Crazy! And we have another molt that is actually not a pleasant surprise. I will bring the tarantula here. But one female turned male, and I'm not really sure if I was the one that determined the gender or if I got her as a female. I don't really remember. But it is a beautiful Pamphobeteus mascara. He is gorgeous, right? But unfortunately, on the pedipalps, not that you can really see. Wink, wink. Yeah, over there, those are boxing gloves. A mature male boxing gloves. So unfortunately, we no longer have a female because we have a mature male. Even though I'm kind of sad, this is kind of bittersweet because he's gorgeous, really gorgeous, but I was hoping to have a female of this species. Hopefully someone will be interested to get him because they are such an awesome species. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel even more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload every Monday and sometimes a live stream on Sunday. So see you again real soon. Bye.